President Akufo-Addo, following calls from the minority in parliament and other concerned groups, intervened on Friday in the dismissal of 8 students of the Chiana Senior High School in the Kassena-Nankanan West District of the Upper East Region. The Ministry of Education, in view of this, called on the Ghana Education Service to revoke its decision and consider alternative sanctions. The GES, in response, says the matter has been referred to the Chiana Senior High School's disciplinary committee to prefer alternative disciplinary action. The Public Relations Officer of the Ministry of Education, Kwesi Kwarton, spoke to Citi News.
The President has intervened, and the intervention was that rapid. Because in less than few hours after GES, management of GES has taken a decision, of course, of confirming or approving what the disciplinary committee did, that is to dismiss the students. The President felt that it was only right and proper that, in terms of the overall purpose of the punishment, it does not only become retributive, but he also considers, or we also consider the fact that it will reform the children at the same time, whilst, their education is not truncated. So, against this backdrop, the President, felt that the Ministry of Education should also step in and review the decision. It was this reason why the Minister for Education, Dr. Akufo-Addo, directed that Ghana Education Service or management of Ghana Education Service should review or vary the punishment, i.e., that is in terms of the dismissal, apparently cancelling that, or more or less giving a different or alternative form of disciplinary action. The GES rules are clear, even though largely the schools have their own internal rules and regulations or code of conduct that guides them. When it comes to the usage of mobile phones, it's something that, as the policy stands, is not allowed until, of course, there is a review of that. It's not allowed in our various schools. So even that act alone of possessing the mobile phone was something that the law was not in conformity with. GES does not have a general policy code when it comes to rules and regulations and conducts and defining the offences and the penalty prescribed to it accordingly. But at the various schools, within the various institutional level, they have their own code of conduct. So unless, of course, we may have to refer to them. But obviously, the disciplinary committee, when it was set up in the schools to try, look into the matter of the girls, they factored in all what has been provided and the penalty that is prescribed to it accordingly. It's important to also know that, rules of natural justice were also not negated because they were also invited and were special together with their parents to also answer questions.
The Executive Director of Child Rights International, Bright Appear, also believes the intervention by the President is timely.
For the President to say that they should look at the alternative systems of providing disciplinary action to their children, it stands to reason that their right to education will not be denied. They will still have access to the school environment and then do what is expected of them. And that, for me, is a good call. One of the things that we should also look at is the fact that we need to clean up our school system and ensure that the environment is conducive for learning. And if you say learning, it's not only about academic activities, but it's also how morally children can conduct themselves in the school environment. So it is still important that, though the President has requested that they review the punishment regime, it is also equally important that the school should also make available the report for us to know the policy learnings that we can pick from, so that in the future or moving forward, we can, based on some of these findings, to put up a program and activities that will be beneficial to our children. We must also look at the best interests of children, how you want to train the children, what you think is best for the children, and what you can also do to address the basic needs of children, because they are growing and they are developing. So their developmental stages must also be taken into consideration when they are formulating policies, because there are certain characters that children can easily exhibit because they are developing. So it is as a result of the disciplinary things that can regulate how they even develop. So if we just allow children to develop anyhow, and when they begin to show the symptoms, we think that they deserve punishment.
Meanwhile, the 8 students have been asked to report to the headmistress of the school for further direction.